This crystal took 24 hours to grow. Every face, every edge, and every angle began smaller than a grain of dust. No one carved this shape. No machine assembled it. Somehow, billions of atoms organized themselves into perfect geometry. But here's the strange part. If we rewind the process, that entire crystal vanishes back into liquid. 24 hours earlier, there was no crystal at all, just liquid, and a seed too small to see. 24 hours remain. Right now, this tiny seed is the only solid structure in the entire liquid. Every crystal starts the same way, a single molecule drifting through liquid with no idea where it will end up. Then another molecule arrives, and from this moment on, randomness begins giving way to order. The molecules aren't making decisions. The geometry is deciding for them, forcing each new arrival into place. This is the crystal seed, tiny, almost invisible, yet every future layer will copy its structure exactly. And now the rule is set. Every molecule that arrives must follow the blueprint already written into the crystal. A molecule can't simply land anywhere. If it doesn't fit the pattern, the crystal rejects it completely. That's why crystal growth looks almost intelligent. Every new layer copies the one before it with astonishing precision. Hour 1. The seed is finally stable. Now the real growth begins, and the crystal starts expanding rapidly. Layer by layer, the crystal copies itself outward. The same geometry repeats again and again without deviation. Each new layer is nearly identical to the last. The crystal is following a set of rules written into matter itself. Hour 4. For the first time, the crystal is large enough to see without a microscope. But here's something strange. Crystals don't grow evenly. Their sharpest edges grow faster than everything else. The corners act like molecular magnets, attracting new building blocks faster than the flat surfaces around them. And that's why the shape sharpens itself. The larger the crystal grows, the more perfect it becomes. Hour 9. What began as a single seed now looks more like a forest than a crystal. And now something unexpected happens. Different branches start competing for the exact same molecules. The liquid contains only a limited number of building blocks. Eventually, neighboring crystals begin fighting for space. And when two growing crystals meet, they don't always stop. Sometimes they fuse into a completely new shape. Hour 14. The liquid is running out of material. Most of the available molecules are already locked away. The growth slows dramatically, not because the crystal is finished, but because the food supply is disappearing. Now every single molecule matters. Growth is measured one attachment at a time. At this point, the crystal is no longer focused on getting bigger. It's focused on getting better. Microscopic flaws are slowly erased. Every new molecule improves the structure instead of expanding it. The crystal is almost complete. But the most important changes are still happening where we can't see them. Hour 22. The crystal isn't growing fast anymore. Now it's doing something far more interesting. It's becoming perfect. Every flat face you're looking at is a wall of atoms. Not hundreds, not thousands, millions of them stacked into perfect rows. Zoom in far enough, and the crystal stops looking solid. What you're seeing is a gigantic repeating pattern stretching atom by atom into the distance. Hour 23. The crystal looks finished, but one final step still hasn't happened. Somewhere on the surface, one position is still empty, and one last molecule is moving toward it. And then, after 24 hours of waiting, the final molecule locks into place. This is the crystal from the beginning. The difference is, now you've seen where every part of it came from. No one designed this structure. No one assembled it. The rules of nature simply left the atoms with no other choice. What makes this even stranger is that it isn't unique. The same process happens in clouds, deep underground, and even inside living organisms. Every grain of salt on your table grew through the same rules you just watched unfold. Not similar rules, the exact same ones. The universe doesn't need instructions to build order. It only needs rules, and enough time for those rules to work. Order emerging from chaos. One atom, one connection, one layer at a time. And hidden inside that crystal is the same story nature has been repeating for billions of years. You've just watched a crystal build itself from almost nothing. One molecule, one layer, one atom at a time. But next time, we're putting something much more familiar under the microscope: coffee. And hidden inside those tiny structures is the reason your coffee tastes bitter.